bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. Over the fields we go.
Hi there, my lovelies. This is Jana here. Welcome to my kitchen. Look, he's here. Tiger. So she was walking around. So today we're going to make these. No, well, not tiger. We're going to make a Pithivier, which is a... No. Go away. I know she's very interested because it's delicious. Can you blame her? You can't. So this is a Pithivier. It's a pie. It's a, as you can see, round from the region of the Loire, if I'm not mistaken. And it's filled with vegetables. Oh my God, I'm thinking about it, I'm salivating. So leeks, mushrooms, and a celeriac, a roasted celeriac, and then topped with the puff pastry to die for. Well, first we're going to start by roasting the whole celeriac. We're going to rub it with olive oil, salt and pepper, and then we're going to wrap it and put it in the oven for 1.5 hours or 1 hour and 40 minutes. And the result is this. It smells sweet, but it's also roasted and it's delicious. And now we're going to wrap it and let it cool. All right, we're going to proceed to make the sauce, which is easy and so delicious. So we're going to get preferably a heavy bottom pot because it distributes the heat better, so it's better for cooking and it makes the food taste better actually. So to that we're going to add olive oil, and when it's hot we're going to add mixed mushrooms. I have here button mushrooms, oyster mushrooms, and shiitake, but you can choose any mushrooms of your choice. Now we're going to add a pinch of salt so they saute and brown better and faster. And we are going to allow the mushrooms along with the heat to do their job. That means that the mushrooms, they're gonna look like they're gonna need more oil. Resist the temptation to add more oil. This is a trick. Mushrooms, just like eggplants, they're spoiled children. If you give them all they want, they're gonna give it back to you. So if you overflow them with oil at the end, the oil is gonna be all over because it's not going to be absorbed. So trust me, don't need to add oil to that. Instead, we're going to wait, stir once in a while, we're going to wait and allow it to brown because then this water will evaporate. It's going to release the water will evaporate, and then all you're going to be left with is the oil. And then it's going to fry and get golden brown and beautiful, and that is what we want. Now remove the mushrooms from the pot and reserve. Now we're going to add vegan butter, the sliced leeks, with a pinch of salt and herbs de Provence. And now we're going to saute until the leeks are translucent. You can use any herbs of your preference. Ideally, you should use fresh Christmassy herbs, as in rosemary, thyme, sage. Guess who couldn't find those? I couldn't. So I opted, because it's a French dish, so I decided to add herbs de Provence, and it turned out brilliant. But again, your choice. Now we add some nutmeg and add the flour. And now we need to cook this flour, so we're going to stir for 5 minutes. And now we're going to add unsweetened plant-based milk, unsweetened black pepper, and stir well to combine. Now we're going to lower the heat and let it all cook for about 7 to 10 minutes, stirring occasionally. Now we're going to add the mushrooms back and stir well to combine. And all that because we have added flour, and flour needs time to cook, otherwise you're going to be eating glue, okay? So allow it to cook, because yes, if you're thinking, you're smart, if you're thinking, oh, but we're still going to put it in the oven, so the flour is going to cook. Negative, because the inside temperature of the Pithivier, it's going to be slightly, not slightly, but lower than the flour requires in order to cook. So follow this step, okay? So you don't need glue. And now we just turn off the heat and allow the bechamel and mushrooms and leeks to reach room temperature. Now, what I forgot to show it on camera is that I added nutritional yeast, and I added a teaspoon of Dijon mustard, okay? And all this is to soften the edges. All this is to make all the flavors, edges round, okay? So those are really important, don't forget. Now we're going to slice the celeriac. Careful because it's crazy delicate. Now we're going to take an 8-inch diameter by 3.5 inches deep bowl. We're going to cover it with a plastic wrap, and we're going to line it in and around with the roasted celeriac. And then we're going to add a layer of the mushroom leeks bechamel, then another layer of the roasted celeriac, and so on until you complete the bowl. Finishing it with a layer of roasted celeriac. Now we're going to place another sheet of plastic film on top of your pie, and add a plate, and then place some weight on top of the plate because we need the pie to compact and firm. And also we're going to put it in the fridge for at least 4 hours, or you can do it overnight. All right, baking time. So now you're going to work with a puff pastry, 2 sheets of puff pastry. And then you are going to, look, don't do like I did. I forgot to pierce it with a fork so it doesn't raise. That's very important. So what did I do? I put the Pithivier on top, and then I had to remove it because I had to pierce it with a fork. So learn from my mistakes. And then we're going to carefully place the puff pastry on top, pat it around so it gets rid of any air pockets. And we're going to seal it. You're going to cut around and leave around 1/2 inch or 1.5 centimeters. And now, with 3 fingers, we're going to pinch the borders of the puff pastry, just like so. We need to seal the 2 sheets. Tightly and yet gently, we're going to press it. And now we're going to make the design you want to the dome of your Pithivier. We're going to make a small hole on top of it so the air can escape and your puff pastry doesn't inflate. Brush it with a mixture of ketchup, mayonnaise, butter, and unsweetened plant-based milk. This is a combination that adds both flavor and adds this beautiful golden color to outside the puff pastry, because what do we need for this? We need fat and we need sugar. So to me, those are the best ingredients to create this beautiful effect. And now before we put it in the oven, we're going to put it in the freezer for 15 minutes. Puff pastry is a delicate thing. If you put it in from room temperature straight to the oven, it's not going to get crusty, it's going to get soggy, it's going to lose its shape. So the best thing is to give it a little bit of a shock, a temperature shock in it. So you put it in the fridge, this way it's gonna harden up, and when you put in the oven, then it will create a beautiful flaky, crusty, and what is the other word? Oh, beautiful top to your puff pastry. And now we're going to put it in the oven, and we're going to bake it for about 40 to 45 minutes, or until you see that the dome is golden brown.
Jingle them bells and frolic. Oh, by gosh, some stolly. Eggnog, gin and tonic make Yuletide gay and jolly. Same procedure every year, I just can't get enough. I drink till Rudolph reappears, a toast to him, that red-nosed dear. Jingle them bells and frolic, it's the best day of the year. Come fly with me now, Rudy.
And now, oh, before you serve it, you need to allow the Pithivier to rest for 20 minutes. So you give time for everything to settle down, and then it's not so soft when you cut it, okay? And can you see how beautiful it is? It shrank a little bit because it's been on the fridge for 2 days because I made it. And then I had to wait for filming. So yeah, but it looks amazing, doesn't it? With some gravy, boy oh boy. Oh, you know what? Or with the bread sauce. Really delicious. Come here. I think it's worth giving a try. I think it's impressive. I think it pleases everybody because it's not so Christmassy unless you make it using the proper Christmas spices. But I wanted to give you guys more freedom and what is the word? I forgot the word. Stimulate creativity and diversity. I think it's nice. But it's up to you. If you don't want to make it for Christmas, you can make it at any given night or a holiday. After all, you're the boss of your kitchen, aren't you? And so this is it. I wish you guys a wonderful Christmas. I'm not gonna cry, I promise. Every year I do. This year I'm not, I'll try. So from Yepe, myself and the babies, I wish you all a wonderful, fabulous, amazing Christmas wherever you are with your family, with your friends, working or studying. And I will see you next time. Have a wonderful week. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and tag me if you make it. Okay? See you next time. Bye-bye. Merry Christmas. What are you looking at? Okay. What's that? You like the tree? Okay. Say Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas!